Hey guys, you're watching V30. I'm Basil. This is a video comparison shot across the LG V30 and the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus Full HD. Can do a couple of quick tests, but before I do, let's talk about these cameras. You've got two cameras on the LG V30, one wide angle, one narrow angle. Can swap over to the wide angle now. The wide angle's wider than the S8 Plus's regular angle. The narrow angle is narrower, as you can see, so it's more telephoto, more zoomed in. Were this the Note 8, it would have had a 2x zoom, so it would have gotten even closer in on the action. Right, I'm walking a little bit. You can see how the image stabilization stacks up. Both of these phones are being held side by side in my hands. They are touching one another, so they should deliver virtually identical amounts of shake. Were they the same phone? Can test out zoom now, and like I said, this is the narrow angle on the LG V30, but the full zoom range can be accessed by tapping a magnifying glass and pulling through all the way, and you can see the waves right there. If I pull back all the way, it'll actually go into the wide angle, and you can see there's a slight jump where it switches lenses. Can pull in all the way on the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, which is an 8x zoom, and can focus on the same object in the distance. And that should have given you an idea as to how stable both phones have kept everything. So I've just gone and changed the exposure accidentally on the LG V30. Can now go to the wide angle lens. The regular angle lens. It's worth noting the wide angle doesn't have optical image stabilization, only digital image stabilization, and it doesn't have autofocus either. That said, with this secondary camera, we've got an f1.6 aperture versus the f1.7 aperture on the Galaxy S8 Plus. It does have autofocus. With that nice wide aperture, should be able to get a lot of light in, help that focus along. Let's tap on the closest focal point on the screen, and on both of these devices, get a little bit closer. So it looks like that's around the closest focal point on the V30 and the S8 as well. S8 Plus, and that is around 8 centimeters or so, so it should give you an idea as to how close you can get in on items. When you tap the screen, focus locks nicely, so you can get a small portion in frame and create a nice amount of background blur. And that, my friends, is a comparison done. If there's anything else that you want to see on either of these devices, fire them in the comments section below. Like this video, click that like button, don't drop your phones, and of course subscribe to VTech to stay on top of everything that we do. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey guys, you're watching VTech. I'm Basil, and this is a low light sample across the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus and the LG V30. I'm in London. You've got the Royal Festival Hall right there. You've got the London Eye and a random spinny thing. Of course you do. I'm going to test out the camera. First off, low light, pointing it at the night sky. You should be able to gauge how it handles low light situations, or at least high contrast situations. The Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus has one lens, f1.7 camera. The V30 has two, one wide angle, which we're in now, and one narrow angle. The narrow angle has optical image stabilization, and so this should all be compensated for pretty nicely. As for the wide angle, no optical, but it does have electrical image stabilization, and electrical image stabilization isn't as important on a wide angle, or optical, sorry, isn't as important on a wide angle, because less handshake comes through. More handshake always comes through when you zoom, so let's zoom a little bit. LG V30 max zoom right there on that building, pinching in. Samsung Galaxy, let's zoom in on the clock, holding it as still as I can. Interesting to see if I tap whether it refocuses, re-exposes. Nope, looks pretty set. Now I can zoom back out. Now zooming out on the Samsung Galaxy S8 is one thing, but zooming out on the LG V30 is another, because when I get to this zoom range, you're going to get a jump so that we can go from the regular to the wide angle. Can also test out exposure shifting. Let's zoom all the way on the Samsung. Exposure shifting from something a little bit bright to totally dark, a little bit brighter to totally dark, and it appears that the Galaxy S8 overexposes based on what's going on the screen. But only you guys will know you can watch this on a big screen or a different screen, how they actually fare in real life. You'll also be able to gauge the microphone quality, so let me know in the comments section below how you're finding this, and if you like the channel, subscribe. That's how you'll stay on top of everything that we do. Thanks for watching BTEC.